Young World. So Drake and Joe Budden go at it again. I remember on my last channel, the first time they went at it, I was like really supporting Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? Joe Budden was dropping some bars on Drake's ass, on his light skin ass, dropping some hardcore hitting bars on fucking Drake's punk ass. Drake didn't even respond and rap. Didn't even have the heart to respond. I was like, and make no mistake about it, Joe Budden. You see me go at Joe Budden a couple times for some of his malarkey, some of his light skin stuff. You know what I'm saying? But make no mistake about it, Joe Budden is a treacherous rapper. You can't take that away from him, regardless of what the situation is. You cannot sit here and say that Joe Budden don't got some. Just he's lethal with his pen. You know what I'm saying? But and that turned me. And if in my last channel too, you would have seen me going at Drake a lot. I ain't give that Joker a break. Anything he did wrong, I was there to put my foot on his goddamn neck. You know what I'm saying? It was just only recently, with like within a recent months, that I was sitting there saying to myself, I forget what brought it on. I must have seen some video or something that made me think about it, and I was finally, you know what I'm saying, sitting there like, you know what, I gotta give Drake his props. He deserves respect. He earned his respect all these years he been out here doing what he's doing. The longevity, you know what I'm saying. I don't really like his music, but a lot of people like it, so it must be good. Um, I was just like, he does deserve what he has, and he earned his spot. I was just sitting there thinking that. But this shit he just did here now turned me all the way off about him, man. Like, mad at Joe Budden because he said whatever he said about your album. And this is the reason why Drake's really this mad. He sees everybody saying the same thing. This is the first time that Drake put out a piece of work that everybody pretty much is saying the same thing about. This is the first time he really felt like this since he's been out here. He never really felt like this. You know what I'm saying? And now that we see him in the face of some real adversity, we see him turn into a whole Becky, a whole entire Becky. Like, what he's doing with Joe Budden saying all that stuff is like the equivalent of like if you in an interracial relationship and then you really piss off your girl or your boy, your boyfriend, and they're a different race than you, and they call you a nigger or something like that. That's what the equivalent of this is. Because Drake is going so hard that he's not really even realizing that he's pretty much offending even his own fan. You offending damn near the whole America for real, for real. Talking about this check the check stuff, and you got this kind of jet and this and that. There ain't too many people left in the rap game that got that type of stuff. It's Drake and a few others. So not only is he offending most of the rap community, he's offending damn near every single person that listens to music and who are his fans. You know what I'm saying? He's not even, he's so mad he don't even see that. That's how much Joe Budden got into his head. He's so fucking bad. And this just shows how weak Drake is. When you got that kind of money and success, what could anybody really say or do to make you really have a bad day? Not me, they wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't be me unless you're talking about the police is outside my house ready to lock me up or something or come in something like that. You can't not bother my day. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's some extreme like a legal situation or maybe a health situation. It's anything else could pretty much be paid for and figured out, regardless of what the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Drake is even this bothered because people are saying your album, people they don't like the album, dude. They say that like it's your first time. You've been what 20, 30 years. You've been out here at least 20 years. I think it's been 10, 15, 20 years, and you finally made something that everybody don't like. It happens to the best of them. You know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of them. At some point, it's not going to be your turn no more. Then he come out talking about he's taking a break for a year because he got stomach issues. What is you pregnant? You got stomach issues. So you first like you can have stomach issues. I ain't saying that's impossible, but what are you even announcing that for? I'm going to take a year off of music because I got stomach issues. If you taking a year off, just take a goddamn year off, fall back, and then we'll see you in a year like, oh, Drake pop back up. Whoever's paying attention. That just goes to show you how hurt he is. He's trying to give a reason ahead of time of why he has to fall back because his ego is so bruised that he got to tell you why. And the reason is because he got stomach issues. And drop your weak ass down to the floor and give me 10 goddamn push ups talking about you got stomach issues. Get the fuck out of here. Stomach issues. But this just goes to show Drake is just this. Just when I started respecting him, and I still can't not. I still respect his what he's done because he's been there long enough to where it's like you got to give Drake his respect, whether regardless of how you feel about him personally. But this just went to show, man, he's just such a weak individual, man. So weak and whack, so manufactured. Then you saying this stuff to an actual lyricist. Joe Budden is an actual real lyricist. People who respect hip hop, people who are really of hip hop from back in the day, from the beginning, people who grew up rapping with lyrics, you know what I'm saying? People who aspired to be that kind of rapper, the original hip hop, that's who you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything that he says it makes his argument less and it's just weaker and weaker. Now, if he went and said everything he's saying in Joe Button, but if he put it into a song and it sounded catchy and it was hot, it would probably fly over with me a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody says anyway. Everybody's talking about how much money they got. You diss somebody if you got more money. Of course, that's the go-to. But Drake is he's just reaching a little bit deeper than the average with this one, talking about this check to check stuff and just all this because now he's just offending everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're going to be stunting on somebody with money, another rapper, keep it in the rapper's realm of stunting on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying stuff that's offensive to all of us, everybody who's listening and shit. Like, damn, dude, this just shows how weak this dude is, man. Shows how weak he is. Get his ass out of there.